My project is entitled The Evolving Score, a new look at Joseph Achron's two pieces for guitar. The works, an improvisation and dance, were completed in 1929 and have, as far as we know, never been performed, published, or recorded. And so through this project, I'm looking to revive the pieces and to focus on three specific elements of them. So the surviving manuscripts, the elements of collaboration that brought them to be, and the historical context surrounding the works. Despite the fact that these works have been forgotten for nearly 100 years, there's really a multiplicity of sources that survive, at very least 3 manuscripts among other sources. So we have the rough manuscript, which contains initial ideas and sketches for the piece, the 1929 autograph manuscript, which was completed about 5 years after Achron emigrated to the United States, and finally, a viola and piano version that Achron completed in the early 1940s. These sources contain a huge amount of information, clues about the compositional ideas and interpretative ideas, but also they're full of contradictions. And so my task here is to compile the information from these various sources into a performance version for the guitar that is perhaps more idiomatic, more effective and hopefully more complete than the individual manuscripts. These works came about in a particularly interesting point of the guitar's history, the earliest 20th century, marking a sort of turning point in the trajectory of the instrument, with virtuosos bringing it into concert halls and inspiring major composers and non-guitarists to write for the instrument for the first time. One of the greatest champions of the instrument in that period is obviously Andrés Segovia, and it was only a few short months after Segovia's New York debut that Achron wrote these works, initially with a dedication to Segovia. But like so many other countless numbers of pieces that were written for Segovia in that period, these weren't taken up by him. He simply didn't have the time, and so they fell through the cracks. Achron's compositional idiom represents a sort of confluence of musical traditions, a collaboration between Western classical idiom as well as clear influences from his roots as a Russian Jew, influences of klezmer, of Romani melodies, of Eastern folk melodies, of Hebrew cantillation, and all of this combining into a pretty unique compositional idiom, one that's especially unique in the guitar repertoire of the period. And there's another element of collaboration in this work as well, which is an imagined one. The collaboration Achron imagined would take place between himself and Segovia that never actually came to fruition. A shame, because the piece didn't have its champion, but more importantly, because it didn't undergo a process of revision, which, as Segovia famously remarked to one of his main compositional collaborators, Manuel Ponce, virtually every piece that came to him at the hand of a non-guitarist composer had to undergo a significant process of revision and became almost a new arrangement or composition of his. And so this piece, these two works by Achron have missed out on this filtration process. And it's my task here to sort of collaborate posthumously with Achron to bring, hopefully, a complete performance work to the repertoire, and one from a composer who, in the words of Arnold Schoenberg, was perhaps one of the most underestimated composers of the 20th century.